Okay, everyone. I hope I'm live. Okay, I just hope I'm live. So we are going live individually after a long time. We've been going live with different guests. So last time we had two or three guests, and this time I'm alone. Okay, so today we are going to do something interesting. This is what I'm doing on YouTube for the first time. I did this on Instagram and other platform, but on YouTube this will be our first time. I'm not sure how it will go because this is risky. Uh, because sometimes on YouTube audience can be tricky. I know a lot of you people uh, follow me from a long time. You admire me. There are some haters who hate this channel. They give dislikes. Yes, of course, if the video is bad, I deserve a dislike on that video, but not all videos are bad, right? So when you get a dislike on all the videos, that's the tricky part. That's a tricky part. So the thing which we are going to do today is we will be inviting guests, but today's guest will be the subscribers. Uh, so basically, what I'm saying is the platform which I'm using allows me to invite at least 10 people on the sprint, including me, I guess. So total 9 audience we can have live on the channel. And instead of picking up the questions from the chat window, of course, we will do that. I will take a live questions one to one. I will try to answer as much as possible. I'm not an expert in all the subjects, as as you know. I'm not into front end. I'm not into Salesforce. If there is a question, please don't join. But if you have question related to Python, question related to Java, question related to blockchain, I'm inviting you to join this live. Now, how we will do that is so I'll share a link in the chat window. You can click on that and you can join. Uh, so please don't use any bad words on this platform because this will be watched by multiple people. So I will throw you out if you use any bad language. Apart from that, we can have fun. Don't worry. So I'm just pasting the link. I'm not sure how this works. I'm doing this for the first time. Use this link and join. I guess first 9 people can join easily. And by the time you are joining, let me also use my headphones because this will be chaotic to get this on the speaker. So by the time you join, let me just also connect it to the. Okay, I can't see anyone joining. Is it any issue? I'm not even getting any signal that someone is joining. Yeah, so we got first one as Ankan Ghosh. I can pick one by one. So let me just pick here Ankan. Ankan, you are not. The studio is full. So please don't join anyone. The studio is full. That's the prompt I'm getting continuously on the screen. So I can pick one by one. Let me just pick someone who has the mic, who has the camera on, and I can see Mario on the screen. Hi, Mario. I hope you can hear me, but I can't hear you. Just let me just check if it is everything is working.
Hi. Hi, can you hear me?
Sorry, I can't hear anything. Just a second. I can't hear anything. What's wrong?
Can you hear me better now?
There's something wrong with the screen. I can't hear.
Yeah, there's like a slight delay.
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. So I'm a super big fan of your channel.
Thank you, Mario. Your real name, Mario?
Yeah, my name is Mario. I'm right here in Los Angeles, and I've been learning from your channel. I'm just super amazed because I'm a delivery driver, and I had no technical background. I just learned like Python, from your channel, and I've been learning a lot about machine learning. And I'm just amazed because like the education here in the US, especially when it comes into learning about machine learning and AI, and you go into these channels in India and it's just blowing my mind, the ability to learn fast, things like mathematics, coding, and just the hunger I see from people. I've taken some courses from other channels in India, and I interact with students and WhatsApp and my classmates, and they share all these resources and have all this abundance of hunger and passion, and me coming from a non-technical background. I mean, I've been, thanks to your channel, I can make like tumor classifiers, linear regression models. I've worked on KNN algorithms, base. I've done a lot of things, and then I learned from your channel also how to deploy the machine learning models using like Heroku and Flask. So it's very amazing the tools that are available now. So what are your thoughts, for example, in the future, if software engineers can learn how to make solutions using data, right? If you're deploying your app and then you can make it interactive with the user with a machine learning model, right? That you provide them now, and so the apps can have a lot more things now, a lot more dynamic use.
Right. So your voice was breaking in between. So what I understood from your question is, first of all, thank you for following the channel from a long time, and I love your, the excitement of learning new things, and that's great that you're not from the technical background, but you are into Python and then learning machine learning. I'm sure you are learning Python from this channel, but not sure about machine learning. I guess you're following that from other channels, but that's great. You are in the right field. Machine learning is something which is growing a lot. Every day you can see new models coming up. You have a new way of using those in the applications. Now, I'm not quite sure about your question. Is it the question that how can we build applications in the future based on the data? Is that your question is all about?
Yeah, well, like for example, here in the U.S., there's not a lot of emphasis put on like data science and machine learning,
Right.
or even jobs in tech in general, right? Just
Right.
becoming like a software engineer is like something that people get intimidated. So like, what are ways that can be implemented here to like improve that education? And then also, what are your thoughts on like somebody that's new, that's starting, when you're implementing things like machine learning and software engineering into blockchain or new cryptocurrency technologies?
Mhm. Okay, first of all, maybe in US we have different ways of implementing stuff. So we have big companies, then we have startups. I'm sure most of the startups are actually implementing machine learning in their projects. Big companies, they are still in that POC of how do we use latest technology like machine learning or blockchain in their projects, but they're still doing it. Now, as per the education, that also depends. Most of the institutes are actually upgrading themselves with the new courses, with the new technologies, but it takes time for everyone to get on the same page. Example, big universities, they are trying to get machine learning courses for the graduation degrees or blockchain courses for the graduation degrees, but they don't have enough resources to actually teach. Example on YouTube, it's an open platform, right? If I'm into blockchain field, I can make videos. If someone else is in machine learning field, they can make videos. So we have enough resources on YouTube, not in the colleges and not in the universities. Now, apart from that, if you are new to IT industry, the best way is start small and keep incrementing. I have seen a lot of people that directly jump to big projects, and that's where they struggle. So if you're learning something new, go step by step. Go with a small project and increment it. That should be the best step. So I hope that answers your question, Mario.
No, thank you so much, Telusco. And then I hope to message you and share you in my journey, when I get a role as a, data scientist or machine learning engineer, okay? It inspired me a lot, man. Sometimes when I'm out delivering food, I'll watch your tutorials in the background and I go, I can do this. So just thank you, okay? Everybody's so grateful.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much, Mario, for joining. Keep learning. Okay, another we have, let me take Lalit on the screen.
Hello, I hope I'm audible.
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah, my name is Lalit. I'm actually a second year engineering student in Delhi. I'm actually from Hyderabad.
Okay.
So I'm interested in cryptography and blockchain. So I've been a great fan of your I've been following all the Python videos and blockchain videos. They really boosted my
Oh, that's
knowledge. So So what are the pathways for someone who has very theoretical background? I'm doing research on cryptography actually as a part of a program. Like, how
Okay.
can I break into blockchain? What should I do in a way?
Okay, sure. So I'll answer that. First of all, thank you, Lalit, for joining. And I can see you are all set to play the next game with that headset. So before I answer your question, let me just take a super chat here. So we have a super chat from Chris Cruz. Thank you so much, Chris. And the question is, hello, Naveen. I am a CS student based in LA. What are the top 5 technologies that you recommend a developer should learn? Now, not everything you have to learn. It depends upon what tech stack you are into. So if you want to explore, Chris, what you can start with the new things, which is IoT, blockchain, machine learning. But again, you can't be master of all. Maybe if you want to explore them, that's great. That's what I recommend. You can just spend 1 week, 1 month, or 2 months on each technology just to explore them. But ultimately, you have to stick to one big technology, and you just have to go into it. So that depends upon you which one you should go for. For me, I'm into blockchain. I love IoT. I'm staying away from machine learning because it's difficult to do everything, right? But given a choice, if I start from scratch, I might get into machine learning. But if you want to choose from top 5 technologies, I would say IoT, blockchain, machine learning, cloud. I can't remember now. Yeah, so those are the technologies you can get into now. I hope I answered your question. So let me just go back to Lalit. So Lalit, yeah, that's great. So Lalit, you already started with cryptography, right? And that's the
Yeah.
most difficult part, actually. Blockchain is one of the easiest technology which I have came across. Now, see, easy and difficult, it all depends upon your background. Example, for me, I was already into cryptography. I was already into distributed computing. Thanks to the colleges where I went to for guest lectures, I've got the opportunity to teach cryptography. I got the opportunity to teach distributed computing. Now, one of the so once you know cryptography, of course, you know about asymmetric things, you know about hashing concepts, you know about Merkle trees. The next step would be getting into one specific blockchain. Of course, basics of blockchain is very easy, right? It's a very simple concept to understand, the basics. But then how do you go ahead of it? Now, there are different options you can get into. First of all, you have to decide in which field you want to get into. Is it you want to stay in the client side, the consumer base, or you want to get into enterprise base? That's a very difficult thing to do because, I mean, choosing something is always difficult, right? Now, most of the resources available online is for the consumer side. Example, Bitcoin, Ethereum. Then in Ethereum also we have so many currencies available. So most of the developers, how they start is they understand the basics of blockchain, then they learn Ethereum, and they write projects on Ethereum. Maybe learning Solidity, then creating your own NFTs. Now that's a trending thing nowadays, right? Everyone talks about NFTs. So what you can do is you can learn how to create NFT. I have seen some of the projects online. They have used Web3J for the Ethereum platform to connect with. Then they have used React for the front end. So you can basically build your own NFT game on Ethereum. That could be a first step. And based on what your interest is, you can get into different coins if you want to explore cryptocurrencies. But I'm more excited into enterprise market because I feel consumer is one end, where in future you'll be having a lot of people learning about consumer cryptocurrency, consumer Ethereum, consumer blockchain basically. Enterprise blockchain is something very exciting. Not a lot of people are there. So you can start with any enterprise projects. Maybe you can explore Hyperledger Fabric. You can explore Corda. So currently I'm uploading videos on Corda, so you can watch them and you can explore that. Otherwise, you can explore Quorum. So a lot of enterprise level blockchains are there. The only problem is we don't have enough resources. Yes, you will get resources, but then if you get stuck, it's difficult to find someone who will help you. That's the only thing. But once you go through, there's no one. We have less number of blockchain developers in the market, so you can excel.
Yeah, and my second question is that, like, even if I pursue blockchain as a research one and even develop projects,
Mhm.
getting a CS PhD in US especially and UK, like it's sort of not favored. There's much less competition, and not many universities are preferring to have blockchain PhDs or master students. So
Okay.
in India, what is the market like? How is it? Like, I don't find any companies trying to apply blockchain in their already existing technology other than banks like JP Morgan. So startups are also
They
not that sprouting, right? So what would
they
be
are
the
doing it. See they are doing it. It's not that they're not doing it. It's just that some people, some companies, even if they are doing it, they will not reveal now. They will wait for the exact POC. So what they do is I have seen a lot of companies, they are exploring blockchain not in a way to implement it now. They are seeing the use cases, because see, for a big company, using a new technology is a big thing because they have to change the entire stack. They have to train their employees. So they go step by step. They go very slowly. Companies like JP Morgan, then there are a lot of Indian banks also, they have already implemented blockchain, maybe by themselves or by using third parties. So I remember ICICI Bank had a tie-up with some Swiss bank or some Switzerland bank, and they're getting technologies from them, the entire system. I'm not sure about which bank they're getting from, but they are using some third-party companies or some third-party vendors who will provide the blockchain technology to them. Startups also exploring on blockchain, but not on enterprise blockchain because it's very costly. Plus, for startup, they don't need any big technology to explore now. But in Indian market as well, there are so many companies, they are exploring cryptocurrencies. And that's one of the reasons why India cannot ban cryptocurrencies, because there are so many companies are dependent on it. There are so many professionals who have invested their currency in the crypto market. So it is the blockchain in India is there. It's just that it will take some time for everyone to come out saying they have implemented blockchain. And even the tech news now in India, tech news is mostly mobile reviews. But if you really explore technical channels, they do talk about blockchain technologies getting implemented. It will take some time, maybe 2 or 3 years.
thank you, Nando, for the insights.
Thank you so much, Lalit, for joining. I hope I answered your question.
Yes,
Keep learning.
thank you.
Great. So let me get who is there from a long time? Sneha Patel.
Hello. Hi.
Hey, hi, Sneha. Hi.
Big fan, man. Big fan.
Great.
Your videos, it's like awesome. I can't see anywhere like those types of tutorials.
Oh, thank you so much. I hope you're not talking about Python.
Not only in Python, everything, Java, JavaScript, all the front-end technologies and everything. And I
Oh,
tried
that's
many courses like on Udemy, Coursera, like on YouTube, but I found your course, it's like another level. It's very
oh,
simple,
thank
it's
you so much.
basic, but it's going to on advanced level also. It's awesome.
Thank
So
you so
yeah.
much.
So I am in US. I am working in a financial company as a Python developer.
Oh,
So
that's great.
that before I work as a Java developer in front on like most of the front end side. Yeah.
Okay.
So my question is like, if there is any technology or any framework or something it's coming in future, so how
Mhm.
you learn that thing? How you go with that? Because if something is come up, you don't have any tutorials or something like you make. So how you learn
Right.
that thing?
So that's a good question. In fact, I do wonder how other people learn new technologies, and that's the main question we all have, right? We want to know the secret. How do you learn
Yeah.
new technologies? For me, I have different reasons to learn something. Example, I learned Java because I was into a Java project. So I was supposed to learn Spring framework. Now, initially, so let's talk about Spring because that's very common for everyone. So when I was
Yeah.
exploring Spring framework, for first few months, actually, I was struggling to understand. I mean, I got the basics of Spring, what is Spring and how to use it. But the moment you start with a project, you find it difficult. Okay, this is the scenario I have. How do I convert that into a solution? So it took me a lot of time to understand. So I explored multiple channels, I explored multiple documentations, then Stack Overflow, and suddenly everything was getting wired. So I've understood now. Even if you don't understand something in the first go, keep reading about it, keep thinking about it, and somewhere after 1 week or 2 weeks, automatically in your brain things get wired up, and then it explodes. Now what happens with a lot of people is they start learning something and then they realize, hey, it's not something I'm enjoying, it's not something I'm understanding, so they stop it. Don't stop, just see other resources as well. Whenever you learn something, there's always a gap. This is what they talk about, this is they talk about, and they forgot that this is something which is missing. So this is something you have to learn from somewhere else, and that's how everything gets connected. So now if I want to understand something, I just keep exploring different articles, different videos. So example, I get some free time, and let's say I'm in the kitchen, I'm in whatever I'm doing, doesn't matter. If I'm walking on the street, I will just open YouTube, I will play any video on that topic. Doesn't matter if I enjoy that channel, if I enjoy that, I just listen to the audio of the YouTube, not the video, while I'm walking, and then I just get those words, and automatically after some time, after a few days, again, as I mentioned, it gets wired up. So that's how I learned. And whenever you learn something, try to implement. That's the best way. I'm not successful in learning everything which I started. Most of the technologies I started and left. Example, React JS. I started, I left it because that's not something which was wiring in my brain. I started with Ethereum. I left it. I was not enjoying it. Then I started with a lot of technologies. I started to explore a lot of technologies. I went half through and then I left it. So it's not I am a master of all technologies. Something you like it, something you don't like it. That's how it.
Yes. Yes, like if you don't like something, I'm leaving.
Yeah, you can't learn it.
Yeah.
So what if someone is not putting a gun on your head and saying, hey, you have to learn it? I'm not doing it. So.
Yeah. And my second question is like little bit personal. I don't know, but yeah. So like, how can you manage your like 8 hours job? I don't know, you are working in somewhere or not, but how can you, if you are working somewhere and you do like 8-hour shift, 9-hour shift, how can you manage like after that you make videos of any like, tutorials thing like, or any cooking videos, like how can you manage those things?
Okay, so first of all, I'm not actually working full time. I'm a freelancer. I do corporate training. So once in a while, maybe 2 or 3 months per year, I go to different companies to train. Now, the thing is, when I'm doing corporate training, I can't make videos on YouTube. So I don't know if you have observed on the channel, sometimes I don't upload videos for 2 or 3 months, and then I come back, I upload multiple videos. So that's what I'm doing. So if I take a batch, I don't upload videos. We don't get enough time. Now, even if you're working for a company as a full-time employee, it's very, very difficult to come back to get motivated to make videos. So for me, I'm lucky enough I'm not working for a company, but I'm a freelancer. The moment I get enough time, I upload videos on YouTube. I'm very lazy in that sense. Don't imagine that I work maybe 17 hours a day. Those days are gone. In the initial days of my career, I used to work around 15, 16 hours a day. The moment I get some free time, I work on some projects, I make videos, I used to learn something. But now things have changed for me. I got married, I have a kid, a lot of different responsibilities. So I don't get enough time to work for 15, 16 hours now.
Okay. Thank you. Nice to meet you, sir.
Yeah, same.
Keep making those types of videos. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I will sure do that.
Bye-bye. All the best.
Thank you. Okay, so we'll pick, let's say, who's there? We got Arijit. I hope you will not sing here, Arijit.
So it's very nice to meet you. Am I audible?
Same here, Arijit. Yes, you are audible.
Yes, sir. I've been watching your tutorials for such a long time, and I have seen very few channels on YouTube providing such quality content, and the way you teach in a very clear and a very systematic, organized way. I really like the way you teach and the way you upload all your tutorials on Python, on blockchain, and on Java tutorials as well.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I've seen all the tutorials, or you're exploring one technology now?
No, so I have watched your Python tutorials, and I am into Java these days. So my question to you is, how to become a Java developer? I'm currently a second year student, and I'm from Kolkata. So my question to you is how to become a Java developer, or what are the roadmaps? What are the new technologies that I should learn to become a Java developer? Yeah.
Sure, good. So I will answer that. So before that, Ajit, I have a question for you. This
Yeah.
question is from Divya Pundir, and the question is, which one is best, Java versus Python? Since you have learned Python from this channel,
Yeah.
and now you want to get into Java, so what do you think? Which is the best one? As a
So-
student, so as a trainer, we have different answers. But as a student,
Yeah.
what do you think about these two technologies?
So I think that Python, yeah, it is one of the fastest languages, and yeah, one should learn it so that it makes the code simple, and it requires less time to it has less time to execute and all. But yeah, one should also learn Java because solving some of the problem solving sums or questions, what happens is that solving in Python gets very difficult, and yeah, you run for either C or Java, it becomes very easy. The way you implement the logic, it becomes very easy. So yeah, so from both the languages, Java and Python, I couldn't differentiate, or I couldn't tell which one is the best. But yeah, one should learn Python because it is one of the fastest and simple languages. Now it's over to
Okay,
you.
great. So you have been diplomatic with this. I know it's difficult to choose one. Both have their advantages, both have their drawbacks.
Yes, sir.
So I'm just checking if everything is perfect here. So yeah, before going for that, so before I answer, we have so many people watching this. Hit that like button, everyone. This is what will motivate me to do this type of session, because this is the first time I'm doing something where I'm inviting subscribers or viewers to come on screen. It might go well, it might not go well. So hit like if you want these sort of sessions more in future. Okay, so yeah,
I think
this good, right, Ajit?
Yeah, this type of sessions will help a lot of people to clear their doubts, and it's always better to have a one-to-one mentoring, and especially in this platform, YouTube. It's a great platform.
Right, true. It's a great platform where everyone can join and they can ask questions. In fact, I was looking for this type of tool from a long time, and finally I got a tool where I can get someone on board and they can ask questions. Great. So let me just answer the question of Divya first, which is the best one. As Ajit mentioned, every language have their own advantages and drawbacks. Java is good in terms of syntax. Everything is very systematic in Java. You know what you're doing. When you look at the code, you know this is the code this will do. This code will do these things. In Python, yes, it is very easy to learn, less number of code or less number of lines to achieve something. But if you make a big project, and when you have a very big project, let's say one complex project, and you do the same coding in Java and Python, and after 1 month, when you come back to look at both the codes, you will find Java syntax much more easier to understand than Python. Python is great. It's just that you have to be a very good developer to write in such a way that you will understand after 1 month. For beginners, Python is the best. Python is the best language. Easy to learn.
Yeah.
Now, answering your question, Ajit. Okay, how do you learn Java from start to end? Now, first of all, that's a great choice going for Java. Not a lot of people ask about Java questions nowadays. But since you are into Java, so the best thing would be start with CoJava. I hope you have already done that. The next step would be to understand the enterprise aspects of Java. So you can start with, so you can actually jump directly into Spring Framework. But then the suggestion would be start with servlets. Servlets will give you the exposure of enterprise or the websites. Actually, how do you build websites? How do you make dynamic content on Java? Then you can understand JSP. But JSP is not something which is getting used in the industry now. There are some other front-end or there are some other view technologies like ThemeLeaf. I forgot the name of most of it. But there are alternatives of JSP now. So start with servlet, understand JSP, so that when you learn a new Vue technology, it will be easier to understand. And then jump into Spring framework. Now, Spring is very vast. Maybe it will take 1 year just to understand the entire Spring framework. Spring Core, Spring MVC, there are Spring Boot, Spring Batch, Spring Data. So Spring has a lot of modules. Now, you don't have to learn all the modules. You have to learn the modules which you want to use in your project. So while you're learning a Spring framework, try to build a small projects and use those Spring frameworks there or Spring projects there. It will be helpful. Once you complete your Spring understanding, start with microservices, because most of the companies are moving towards microservices. So learn that and you're good to go. Once you learn all those things, you will be easily hired, irrespective of your marks, provided you are completing your degree. But so yeah, you will get a job once you complete microservices. And I would suggest you to also learn a front-end technology like React or Angular. It will give you an advantage.
Okay, sir. It was very nice talking to you, and yeah, thanks a lot for all your tutorials.
Thank you so much,
they're-
Ajit, for joining. Great. So whom do I pick? Next, we can pick, who's there? Khalil, I can't see your video, so let me pick up Neeraj. Yeah, hi, Neeraj, you are on screen.
Yeah, hi sir, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. For a few seconds, I thought it's Ramdev Baba joining the live.
No, this is a COVID hashtag. So I've been going since 1.5 years. Okay.
Oh, great, good.
Yeah, hi all. Thanks, Naveen, for accepting my invite. Naveen,
my pleasure.
so yeah, I've been following you for quite a long time, but I mean, this is one of the question and a point which I want to raise. Like, I couldn't be able to complete any tutorial. I mean, whether it may be yours, whether it may be other YouTubers, or it may be Udemy. So this, I mean, it is not a. I have one question which explains the scenario, which is like in 2020. Actually, I work in a service-based company, so I have a 3 years experience in data warehousing technology, Informatica. So what I am feeling now is I'm feeling a kind of strangled here, and I'm feeling like this when I see my co-employees with so much experience. The only difference between them and me is they have some more client handling skills and some more expertise in the subject. So when people like me, I mean, there are some other people's friends like me, they want to change this field. So I inquired and I found out that moving to cloud might be a good idea. And I started doing the AWS technology in 2019, December. So then COVID happened. So in COVID, we shifted to house, and the entire schedule of working changed. And I don't want to blame on the companies about the working time frame, but the guilt in people like me, like I wasted an year completed 2020. So people like those who are feeling this kind of a guilt or a imposter syndrome, how would you like to uh, guide them? This would be first question. Second one would be like, okay, after Informatica, where would be? I mean, I'm interested in Python and also the niche technologies like machine learning, cloud. So what it be? So I try to get jobs in the informatic. I mean, AWS technologies, but they are saying, hey, since you have done a course but not an hands-on experience, you would be treated as a fresher. So, would you like to join as a fresher? So it means that I'm wasting my 3 years of an experience is getting wasted. And speaking in terms of a package and work experience, I would be joining as a fresher. So how to handle those situations? Yeah. And
Now
sorry for long
that's
question.
no problem, no problem. It's important to understand the background as well, right? See, it's actually very tricky when you move from one of the field to other field. This is very common when you are in one specialized field, and when you jump to a new specialized field, they treat you as fresher. The reason being is you are new to that technology. So let's say when you say you have experience of 3 years, they expect you to work in a way on that new technology as an experience of 3 years, but you don't have that. Example, if you say you are learning AWS now, and you jumping into AWS, it will be, you don't have that much of experience that that company will be able to use it. So ultimately, you'll be fresher. So that's a point. Okay.
Yeah.
Now you can convince them that you already have the knowledge of data, the way you can store data,
Yeah.
the way you can extract data. So when you are specializing in the AWS world, try to learn those modules which works with data. So I'm not sure. It's been a long time I've worked on AWS. I'm not sure which technology is there in AWS which works with data, which does with data migration or data extraction. So try to explore that as well. And when you go for the interviews, you can mention, hey, I'm coming from data background. I understand AWS perfectly. I have done my certification in AWS. And I understand that particular module which works with data in a very good way. That's how you can convince them. Ultimately, they will treat you as fresher, but not a package of fresher, because they know they know you have experience of data before. Next, sticking to when you get stuck with one technology which is happening, you're not the first one. Neeraj, if you just to feel you better, I have seen so many people, so many IT professionals stuck in companies working on technology which they don't like. It's just that they got their first job in that company, and initially they were very motivated for first 6 months. We got a job in a big company, we are exploring that technology, and now what is next? There are some technologies which don't have a lot of niche. It will be difficult if you want to stick to the core field, let's say AWS or machine learning. This is a time. If you wait for more time, you're actually losing your time now. When you go for the new company, they will treat you as a fresher. So we don't want that, right? We want them to treat you with experience. Plus, even if they treat you as a fresher, you're still young, and that's fine. You're into new technology. You have enough time to explore. So I would say, if you want to change your technology now, this is a time. Learn anything which you like. It may be AWS, it may be Python, it may be Java, it may be machine learning. Do it now. The only thing is, I'm sure you got. When you try to watch videos, you don't complete the entire playlist, right? That's
Hello.
for guest lectures. I've got the opportunity.
Hello.
For guest lectures, I've got the opportunity. Something went wrong. I was. Can you hear me?
Yeah, Naveen, now you're back. You are stuck on YouTube also.
Something went wrong. Okay, great. So I was saying, so if you want to change your technology, this is a time. So if you want to get into AWS or machine learning, do it now. And as per your question, you don't complete the entire series, right? You're not able to complete the entire series.
Yeah, because one thing I did, because my company gave an access to an online learning portal to every employee during the pandemic. So I was so much indulged in the work that, as per the quarterly targets, they asked me to do one course. So with my interest, I started doing a Python course. But with the work pressure, I came to a situation where I just went to next finish and showed to my manager that, hey, I completed this target. So this happened. I know this is not a very good thing. Yeah.
You are on YouTube. I hope your manager is not watching this.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna tell him sooner or later that this happened, to be on safe side.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Naveen, as I said, I'll try to switch as soon as possible. Maybe I plan to switch before my birthday in September.
Oh, that's the best start.
Yeah, if you say that, like moving to managerial role, and I have seen many people in my project, like in the managerial role, what they do, and if I want to imagine me in their space couple of years ahead, then I don't think that I would be allowed to do what they do at this moment. So I think I know now what.
Switch. That's the only option. You move to new technology. Even if you're a fresher for the technology, that's fine. try to convince them that you have experience in data.
Mhm.
They should consider that as well. And so what you can do is set a target, tell your target to your parents, your friends, your loved ones, and they will motivate you to complete the target. Example, if you say, hey, I want to learn AWS, I want to complete my certification maybe by August, because my birthday is coming in August, so I will give you a target of August so that you will complete that in September. So tell your loved ones that you are going to get certified by August, and they will motivate you every week. So if you lose your track, that's what I do it. When I want to learn something new, see, it's very common. Okay, when I was learning something new, somewhere in between, I leave it. I concentrate on something else. I got busy with something else. Then people close to me, they remind me, hey, you started with blockchain, right? Why you're not making more videos? Why you're not learning it? So that's how I come back. Have motivational people around you.
Yeah, Navin, yeah. Thanks very much for the help. And sorry for other guys taking much of your time. Thanks,
No
man.
problem, Niraj. Thanks for
Bye.
joining. Bye. Okay, so we have some more people here. We have Sonali, but I can't see. So Sonali, Ayushman, Ankan, your camera is off. My name.
Hi.
Oh, yeah, you're audible.
Yeah. Is it fine if I have my camera off?
Fine, that's fine. We are living in a world of privacy. Yeah,
Okay.
please go on.
Okay. So at very first of all, I'll remember this date that I have got a chance to interact with you. That's beyond my imagination
Oh,
because you have saved me a lot of times. I am working in an IT company and have almost 9 to 10 years of experience. And
that's great.
since the times are changing so fast, and you have to learn too many new technologies at the same time, the demand is so high. So YouTube is the only shelter we can have, to learn as quickly as possible and implement it, and to deliver it as quick as possible to the customers. So my
Right.
question is, I'm a Java developer, and I feel very much comfortable with the Java development. I mean, I have been in love with this language from the very beginning of my career. I have always
Same
been,
here.
yeah, the preference has always been for Java, always. But the thing has turned out now that the market needs full stack developers. You need to know very much, very well versed with the front end as well, and not only front end. When you are experienced more, people want you to have the design perspectives, how to design a total. I mean, as an architecture, like what is should be the design of the solution architecture, like all those roles. You are walking towards that role. So end to end, how to build up uh, hands on end to end, because when you are working, you are in a particular profile. You are though you are exposed to many parts of the application development, yet you do not get the exposure all the time to really gain knowledge. And it becomes a little bit risky. I mean, I hope I can make you understand what I'm trying to convey. It's
Yeah, I'm trying.
Yeah. So what is the way to be ready for such roles anytime? Like I am having many ideas of developing different applications for myself. Like various ideas come into my mind, but I never get, either the time crunch is there, or I do not know how to go about it, like how to start. Or even if I am stuck somewhere, like uh, suppose if I am having a design in my mind for some banking application, and I have a few queries, I do not know whom to reach out. Suppose today I have got an opportunity to talk to you, but we do not get such opportunities, to any open forum where we know for sure that our questions will be answered, or
Right.
if we are stuck, we will get a guideline or something like that. So could you please help me out in that?
Right. So that's a great point, Sonali, about working as a full stack. And so, in fact, let me talk about my journey, how I started and how I got stuck, just like you. I started my journey as Java developer, and I was so much into Java for a few years. I have not seen anything else because I used to always believe once you know Java, you don't have to learn anything else. That's it.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
later on, I realized the world is changing. Now we have some new technologies coming up. We're just trying to compete with Java, and then industry as well. They are moving towards full stack. They don't want to hire multiple professionals to work on one project in different roles. They want someone who
Exactly.
can work in front end, back end, everything. So
Everything. Yeah.
yeah, then but that, by the time it happened, I was not into development. I was into training. So I saw other people struggling with it, the way you're struggling. Uh, for me as well, when I wanted to learn front end, it was not easy for me because I have seen with most of the backend developers, they have a different type of working environment. They have a different mindset, and when they learn front end, they have a different mindset. This is where they feel, hey, this is not how it should work. This is something. It's magic, more for magic. In backend, everything happens the way we want. In front end, is not the case. A lot of things are pre-built. A lot of things you should know how to use it. That's the tricky part. I'm not saying everyone struggles, but most of us struggle to learn front end as well. But even if you
Yes.
say you have done that, even if you have learned it, so I would suggest you to learn React because that is something everyone's talking about. Uh, Wherever I go in very big companies, small companies, they want to move their front end technologies to React. So Java backend and front end React. Now coming to your next question, I don't remember all the questions, but coming to the next question is how do you connect with people so that you will get
Yes.
help? Now this is
Yes.
again a very common problem. Uh, so one thing I realize in the IT world is you will not get enough one-to-one help. It's very difficult to get nowadays. Some people get it because they have a very good way of having the connections and networks on LinkedIn. So that's one way you can try it out, but it's very difficult to maintain. So try to connect with different professionals who are in different fields. Example, someone from AWS, someone from Java, someone from uh, data, maybe database or something. And then whenever you get stuck, connect with them. Ask them if they have enough time and when they can connect for half an hour or 1 hour. That's how you can connect. But it's very difficult to manage connections. Plus, the other person should be in a way they should be available. They should be helpful. That's the thing. But I would not recommend you to depend on those things. Having a connection on LinkedIn is the best thing, but don't depend on it. Try to solve things by yourself. That's what I've learned. I don't take help of anyone nowadays because I found I'm not a person who knows how to manage connections, but I have learned how to solve things by yourself. On the internet, we have thousands of resources where you can get help, not by person, but from documentations, from errors. The good thing is we have thousands of resources. The bad thing is we have thousands of resources. We have to find one which
Hmm.
suits us. So,
Exactly. That search period is too long and very difficult
right,
phase.
right. Initially, you will find it difficult, but what I would suggest is when you start searching for first few months or for first few projects, you will find it difficult and you will feel, hey, you're wasting so much of time searching for the solutions, searching for the help. But later on, you will get the idea what are the best resources for you, what should be the best query you should search on Google, because that's a skill. Okay, searching the solution on Google is a skill, and you will get that after some time. For me, I'm fortunate enough, I got my way of searching things. So when I get stuck, I know what to search. But it's not happened in a day or two. It took around years to get to that point where I can search for a solution and I will get it. When I don't get the solution, that's where I will search for someone who can help me. Uh, so best thing if you need a person to person is uh, LinkedIn. Connect with people. I mean, don't just talk to them when you have a question. Try try to maintain the
Yeah.
connections, and that's how we do it. That's what I have
Yeah.
done it. I'm not sure if this worked for you or not.
Thanks a lot, Naveen. And I have one suggestion for you,
Yes,
with
please.
in relevance to this, is what why don't you go for something like this where people like us who want to build something new can approach, and you know so many things and you know so many people, and you at least can bear the torch for us and show us the path. You can go this way, like we have at least some place where we can go and say that, do you know what could be the next step? So I don't think we have any such platform, and I know that if you want, you can build something like that. You are in that level. It would help a lot of us,
Oh,
like what I feel is.
oh, thank you so much. So someone says in the comment section, this startup idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe this should be the next startup. It's just that I have I'm busy with so many other things. So I do get a lot of questions on LinkedIn or the platforms, but I try to answer some of them. It's not actually practically possible for me to actually go for one-to-one sessions doing the thing which I'm doing now. I used to have a lot of time earlier in my career, but currently I'm busy with so many other stuff. It's difficult to you know uh, do that. But yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Let me think about it. How can we build a team where we can help the people who are getting stuck?
Yeah,
That's a good idea.
not only on language perspective, just if somebody wants to start something new,
Right.
as a whole thing, so those people actually need some guidance. So that's
True,
it.
true, true, true.
Thanks a lot.
We should do
Thanks.
something with that. Yeah.
Yeah, and is I am not really sure if you're in LinkedIn. I haven't searched you in LinkedIn. I think you are in LinkedIn.
Yeah, I'm there, but the total number of connections are full now. You can just
Okay.
follow. You can't add me as a connection. That's the issue.
Okay. So
They have a
it will
limitation.
again depend on my luck if I again ever get a chance to interact with you.
No problem. I'm thinking of going live every Sunday, provided you join early. You can have a chat
Okay.
again.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you so much, Sonali.
Yeah. Yeah. Bye.
Okay, so that was Sonali, and last one we are picking up Abhishek for this stream, and he's moving a lot. Hi, Abhishek.
Hey Naveen,
You
big
are
fan of.
not in India for sure.
Right, I'm calling from California.
Oh, that's great. How is the COVID
Hey,
scenario there?
a lot of people are vaccinated here. Even I am fully vaccinated. Taken my second dose of COVID vaccine just a few days ago. So
Oh,
things are
that's
improving
awesome.
a bit here. Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. So in India, we are still struggling to get the vaccines for people younger than 45, and the strain is very high here. Let's see
Right.
how that goes.
I was planning to come to India next week, but considering all these COVID situations there, I
Yeah,
had to postpone my travel.
don't even think about coming to India for next few months.
Yeah, yeah.
And everyone who is watching this on YouTube, don't move out of your house. Follow the restrictions. It's very important. This strain is spreading very fast and bit deadly this time. I can see a lot of cases. Actually, I'm not actually watching any news. They are. The moment you watch a news, you feel so negative about the environment.
Right.
So stay away from the news, but don't move out as well. Learn something
Yeah.
new online.
Yep.
Yes, Abhishek. Thanks for the info. Yeah. So, any questions?
Right. So my question is more around microservices. Off late, since last 4 or 5 years, I think 5 years ago, or maybe more than that, there was an era wherein monoliths were getting converted into microservices, and these days,
Right.
everybody they talk about just microservices. So the organization that I work for, we have got around 20 to 25 microservices by far, and the
Okay.
ecosystem is just expanding like anything. Now, the problem with these many microservices is if a new developer plans to join the team and if he needs to explore existing API endpoints, existing microservices, so if there is no discovery platform available to explore those microservices, people end up building same sort of microservices or same sort of API endpoints again and again. So my question is
Mhm.
really about how do you eliminate such situations wherein people are able to discover existing microservices, existing API endpoints with ease, and they don't end up doing same things and again and again.
Okay, so Abhishek, wrong question for a wrong person, or right question for a wrong person. I'm not into microservices. I have explored microservices 4 years back, but from that point, I'm into different field now. So I'm not into in Java as well. I moved to
Oh,
blockchain. Yeah, I do have Java videos, but I'm not into Java. The problem is once you move out of one technology, there two things happens. First one, you tend to forget stuff. Second, the new versions. So whatever version I was working on is very different now, which is happening. So the thing which you mentioned, moving from monolith to microservices, I was in that era. But now every project is starting from microservices. But that's a very good question which you explored. What I will do is next week I will try to get someone who is master in microservices, and with the same way, the same layout, you will be there sitting in a bottom, and then we'll be having a guest sitting up, and then we can have a chat.
sure, perfect.
So
Sounds
I
good.
know I know few people who are into microservices. Let me see who can join next week.
All right, sounds
But
good.
that's a very good question. We should get someone on microservices. Someone microservices. Someone on Salesforce, because every day I get a lot of questions based on microservices, Salesforce. I'm not in that domain, and I feel bad about it. I'm not able to answer that, so I should get some help.
Sure, no problem. Can I ask you a quick question about blockchain then?
Yes, please go on.
Sure. So I think you have been following all of this recent surge in all different altcoins. Dogecoin
Yeah,
surged about 400% in last 1 week. What are your
right.
thoughts on creating India's own coin? I know India has not been so supportive about blockchain and supporting Bitcoins and all of that, but what are your thoughts upon creating your own coin with proof of stake, proof of contract, all of those smart things that you can embed into
Right.
it?
Okay, so first of all, it's not like we don't have our own cryptocurrencies. I'm sure in India we have so many startups, they have their own currencies.
Hmm.
There are around more than millions of cryptocurrencies available in the world. Example, tomorrow I can create my own currency. Not a big deal. The main question is who will use it. Example, when you say the price of Dogecoin is going up, the price of Bitcoin is going up, it's the people who buy Bitcoins and people who sell Bitcoins. So we need more people on that particular currency. Example, tomorrow if we have Telescope coin, or let's say Telcoin, let's name it Telcoin,
Telcoin,
and
yeah.
let's say, yeah, so I will say, hey Abhishek, I will give you one coin, give me 2 rupees, or let's say $1. Okay, that's a very big amount. Let's say 1 cent, and I will give you one Telcoin. So you become the first person who owns that Telcoin. And let's say in this world we only have 5 Telcoins.
Mhm.
I'm creating the restriction. We only have 5 Telcoins. So let's say I've given one to Mario, one to Neeraj, one to Ankan, and one to Sonali, and one to you. So in total we also I should have one, right? So let's say six Telcoins. The initial price will be 1 cent. Now, if someone wants to buy that particular Telcoin, they will say, okay, I will give you 2 cents. Give me that Telcoin, and that's how the price goes up. So when you have a scarcity, that's how the price goes up. It's not that India don't have the cryptocurrencies, but we don't have users who's buying it. The moment Elon Musk says Telcoin is the future, in next few days, Telcoin will touch dollars or $10,000. It's not difficult to create coins. It's difficult to get users to use that coin.
Right. Yep.
I'm not a big fan of cryptocurrencies, but that's how they studied the blockchain. One of the reason I do have some investment in crypto just to explore them, just to learn them, not in terms of investment, because today the entire market of crypto was down because in Turkey they have banned cryptocurrencies. So
Right.
I lost a lot
Right.
of money.
Yeah, there have been multiple news. Even there was a recent news in US last evening that the government is planning to enforce some restrictions and maybe press
Yeah.
some charges on some of the organizations that have been doing fraudulent current transactions about Bitcoins. And
Yeah.
the moment that news was announced, around $10 billion worth of Bitcoins were liquidated. So it was quite a
Right.
crash yesterday, and around Bitcoin was down 15-20%. So there was one
Oh.
huge of a crash here.
Yeah, true. In fact, not just Bitcoin, the other currencies got a hit as well.
Yeah.
Like Ripple, it
Yep,
came
yep.
down. So I invested in Ripple 2 months back. very low amount, and now 2 days back it was 4x of that amount, and today it went down again. So that's a tricky part with cryptocurrencies. It's all dependent upon the amount of investment or the people who are buying it.
Right.
So I'm not sure the future, how it will turn up. Everyone says the price will go up. Not a big fan of cryptocurrencies, but one thing is for sure, they will eat the banking system.
Definitely. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was it from my end, Naveen. Hope to catch up you
Yeah.
soon.
Sure. Thank you, Abhishek, for joining.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Okay, great. So that was Abhishek, and we have already done with 1 hour. Let me pick up some questions from the chat. If anyone want to join, we can take one more. Ankan, if you're there, if you can, your camera is off. Okay, let me share the invite once again. So I'm sharing the invite. So I'm sharing a link in the chat. You can join from there. I can add one more, and then we can leave it off. Okay, Ankan says I actually don't have a camera. Okay, no problem, Ankan. Mario says, what are the thoughts on DeFi, flash loans and making dApps on? That's a future, right? So when we say we have cryptocurrencies which will change the banking system, but banking just don't provide you with so banking don't just provide with currencies, right? Banks provide you so many options. It provides you so many. There's so many people popping up. Yeah, so banking provides you so many options, right? Bank provides you loans, they provide you insurance. Now those things can be done with the cryptocurrencies as well, with the help of DeFi. That has a very good future. Okay, let me just pick up some questions. Who's there? So we have Ravi, Daksh, Bhavya, and then let me just pick up Ravi. The camera is on. Hey, hi, Ravi. I can't hear you. You are on mute.
Sorry, am I audible to you, sir, now?
Yes, you are audible. And I can hear my own voice back. I guess you have to keep... Okay. So you have a speaker, right? It's coming. It's taking the voice again.
Speaker, right? It's coming. Speaker, sir. So actually, I'm learning Java from your website, sir. Sorry, from the YouTube channel from past 2.5 months. So I have gone through all the learning path of the Java. Around 67 videos are there. So I have gone through all the videos, and as per the learning path, now I am checking JDBC and servlets and JSPs. So I mean, after going through all these videos, so I mean, if I can attend the interviews on Java, so I mean, should I learn Spring completely? Like, is it okay to learn the Spring from the YouTube channel, or should I go to courses like Udemy or something else, or it is sufficient to learn in the YouTube and I can attend interviews?
Oh, that's a very good question. Should you go for YouTube videos? Okay, first of all, I'm muting you because I can hear my own voice. Yeah, so I got your question, Ravi. Yeah, so I would suggest you to learn Spring properly before going for the interviews, because when you say you know Spring, they will ask you a lot of questions on Spring. So what you can do is you can learn the basics of Spring from this channel. I don't have the complete series on Spring. Yeah, we do have Spring Core, Spring MVC. If you want to explore more, there's one more channel called Java Brains. I'm sure you know about it. So Java Brains has a lot of different videos on Spring Framework. So you can explore that as well. I would not suggest you to go for any Udemy course. It's not a lot of courses have good content. There are so many good content, free content available online. So try to go for try to watch some Spring videos from this channel and then jump to Java Brains. That should be enough.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. And one more question, sir.
Yeah.
So actually, I have applied for a course in Canada. Like I'm going to Canada for spring. So right now it is online classes from May 10th. So it's a cloud computing for big data. So as per the course curriculum, we have subjects more related to Java and related to virtualization, database management, and all those things. So like after learning Java, if I want to move for the cloud, what are the technologies I can learn? So as per my postgraduate diploma, what are the course if I learn now, and while the course is running, if I can learn them parallelly, so it would be better for me to attend interviews after studying.
Cool. So once you complete your Java and now you want to move towards cloud, the best thing would be learn Spring Framework. You're already doing that. Next, go for microservices because all the new projects are actually built with the microservices architecture. And then try to deploy those applications maybe on AWS or specifically for Spring, there's a Spring Cloud. I guess it is Pivotal Cloud, if I'm not wrong. So explore that as well. So I have seen few companies, they are using AWS and others are using Pivotal Cloud. So explore both. If you are doing a course from university, they might choose AWS. If you are doing a certification in Spring, they might choose Pivotal. So it depends from where you are completing your certifications. And once you are good with that, you're in. That should be enough.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, Ravi, for joining.
It's my pleasure, sir.
Okay, one last, and then we are done. We are adding Adnan. Okay, I can't see him. Adnan, I've added you to the stream. But you're not moving. Something wrong from my network or Adnan network? Okay, let me just take Adnan out and add Kamran.
Oh, yes, Kamran.
Yeah, hi, Kamran.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, I'm Kamran from Kashmir.
Yeah, hi. So how's the COVID situation there? Oh, Kamran is out. His network is not good. Okay, Kamran is not there in the stream. Where he is? He's not even in green room. Okay. Adnan, you there? Kamran left. Adnan not moving. Let's go for Nikhil, last one. Hey, hi, Nikhil.
Yes, Naveen. Hi, Naveen. How are you?
Hey, hi, Nikhil.
I have one
Yeah,
question.
I'm good. What
Naveen.
about you?
When you
Yes,
start
yes,
the
Nikhil, go on.
ML and I'm fine.
Sorry, your voice is
I'm
breaking
waiting
a
for
bit.
your data science course.
Sorry, I didn't hear
Yeah,
you.
here's a network issue, Naveen.
Yes, there is. Is it a network issue from my side because I was not able to add Adnan? Kamran left.
Yeah.
Not audible. Yeah, can you repeat your question, Nikhil?
Yeah, after your Python series, I'm waiting for data science, Naveen.
Oh,
And ML.
a lot of people are waiting for data science. The problem is I'm not into data science. Since I'm
Yeah.
into blockchain now, I'm not getting enough time. See, to be very honest, I want to make courses on data science, but we
Yeah.
don't have enough time to actually make that. But surely I will try once I complete my blockchain series. I will surely try to get into data science.
So it's actually
We met Naveen in
what is
Bangalore. You
my future?
remember me? In Meetup Bangalore in Kormangla.
Actually, I'm not able to see your face properly because of the blur, because of network issue. In Bangalore, it was a meetup where we
Yeah,
talked
okay.
about blockchain, right? Or we met in the garden. I'm not sure where we met.
Yeah, yes, Mukul.
Okay, great. It's just that since it is blurred, I'm not able to remember your face. I'm very bad with. I normally don't remember names, but I remember faces. I'm not able to
Okay,
get it now.
network quality. Okay. We got pen drive and T-shirt also from.
Sorry.
Thank you,
I
Mukesh.
guess there's a lag. There is a lag. Anyway,
Yeah.
thank you, Nikhil, for the question. I'm putting you in the green room
Thank
again.
you, Mukesh.
Hey, hi, Kamran. Can you hear me now?
Hi, sir. Yeah, sir. Sir, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. So, how is the
Sir,
COVID
actually,
situation in Kashmir? Because we can't say anything, we can't hear anything in the news.
yeah, sir. In Srinagar, it is and micro contaminated zone is मतलब contaminated zone में उसको रखा गया है अभी फिलहाल.
Acha,
Micro
okay.
contaminated. Yeah, sir. So actually, I want to say I'm currently pursuing my MCA, and I'm in the sixth semester of my MCA. And
Okay.
currently, my major project is ongoing. I'm
Okay.
developing an Android app by using Java. So,
Okay.
sir, I have already, and I have enrolled for a Java course in NIIT, that's National Institute of Information Technology.
Mm-hmm.
So, sir, I want to make my career totally in development field, but
Okay.
I have two questions. Should I go for the PhD or a development field? But I'm more passionate about development since from my teenage. But I'm some sort of the jack of all trades, but master of none. But I have chosen my the final language as Java.
Okay.
They told me just choose the Python. That is the future. But I heard from someone by some author that going into the Java is just like having a good pair of shoes. So I think I would be go for the Java, sir. And just tell me, so should I continue go for PhD, or I should carry on my development, and after that
So before
I
that, I have a
can.
question, Kamran. Why you want to go to PhD? Why? What was the thought behind it?
So actually, that's family pressure, not personally.
If that's the case, don't go for PhD, because see, PhD is actually difficult to perceive. You need a lot of willpower. You need a lot of time. The moment you start with PhD, you don't get enough time to do any other things. I have not done it, but I have. Some of my friends started with PhD. Some of them have completed, and with their experience, even if they have completed, they felt it's not worth spending that much of time. But yeah, some people enjoyed it. Some people got that name behind it. We call them doctor nowadays because they have done their PhDs. If family pressure is the only thing, then I would not suggest you to go for PhD. Do something which you love. If you want to get into development, do that. Ultimately, your family will be happy looking at your happiness. But if you're doing something which you're not happy, ultimately your family will feel, or they will feel guilty. Why they have pressurized you to go for PhD and then you're not enjoying it. So I would suggest you to go for development. After a few years, if you feel PhD is something you want to pursue, go with that. I don't think we have an age limit for the PhD thing.
Yes, so another question, last one.
Yeah.
So I'm currently learning the Java stuff, and after that, I have also two paths are there for. One is that you can go for the whole Java development platform like Spring or Java Enterprise, or you can go for the mobile application development. So I'm a little bit confused which one is the best, mobile development or full stack Java developer.
At this point, I would suggest to go for full stack, because when you say mobile development, we have so many people who are already into mobile development. Full stack is something which you will not find a lot of people, especially in Java field. So I would suggest, if you are choosing Java, and if you think there's an option of full stack, go for it. So in full stack, go from front end, back end till deployment, everything. If you do that, it will be easy for you to get a job, and you will also enjoy it because you know start to end now.
So is Java certification worth just like Oracle is providing something, the associate Java developer certification?
Not required now. Not required now. Those days are gone when certifications were important. Now, if you want to prove your worth, build projects. A small project will do, and keep incrementing it. Add new features that you can show in the interviews as well.
So one last question, and sorry.
Yeah, no problem. Go on.
Because here in Kashmir we don't have that environment of like technologies and then technocrats or something, tech series. So here it's difficult to find the answer of some questions. So answer one last question: how to build a strong portfolio, development portfolio set, so that the companies will be able to hire you and you get a lot of experience.
Okay, first of all, that's a very good question. How do you build a portfolio? Whenever you create a resume, your resume should not be crossing one page. I always seen people, they build resume by filling 2 to 3 pages. Don't do that. Build your resume of one page. Your resume should not talk about your skill set. I mean, it should not be a proof of your skill set. Your resume should be just the information, the technologies which you know. But how will you prove yourself is GitHub. Build projects.
Yes, sure.
So when you say so example, on your resume, when you say you know Java or you know AWS, you know, let's say, database technologies, how will you prove that? And the best way is build projects, push those projects on GitHub. And if you have seen on GitHub, there is a graph of the green bar which you see. The amount of uploads, the amount of commits you do online on GitHub is very important. So when they hire you and when you share your GitHub link, they can judge your technical abilities based on your GitHub projects, based on your commits, and based on the questions they will ask you. And most of the time, if you have a GitHub link, they will, so example, when you send your resume 2 days prior to your interviews, in those 2 days, maybe they explore your GitHub and they will ask you questions based on your projects, just to check if you have really done the project by yourself.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. It was a great pleasure to talk to you, sir.
Yeah, same here, Kamran. Keep learning, keep joining next time. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Great. It was a great one. Let me add everyone once.
Hello.
Just check if we can. Hey, hi, everyone. Hi, Mario.
Are you listening?
Yes, I can hear you. I'm not sure who is saying it.
Yo, what's up, you guys? It's all good to meet you, and I admire everybody's hustle that's right here learning. All of you are ambitious, and you're learning the right technologies, okay? And I wish everybody a lot of luck, and I thank Naveen very much for hosting this live.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mario, for joining. Again, I hope you will join later as well.
I have a question.
Yes, go on. Is it you, Adnan? You have a question?
Yes, I have a question. Sir, first I should introduce myself because I am now student of class 9th, and I have recently started your Python course, and it is about to finish. And I suggest that you should suggest me that what should do I after Python is a job as a beginner, because I don't have much experience.
Oh, great. So if you have done with your Python, you have multiple options. See, Python is just a language, right? You need to learn something where you can build on it. Example, you can start with machine learning. That's the new thing everyone is trying to do nowadays.
It should be beginner.
Sorry?
It should be easy. a easy job should for me.
Yeah, you want to find a job for yourself, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, in that case, after Python, I would suggest you to go for Django for web development. Learn front end as well, like maybe HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and
Yes.
you can call yourself as a full stack developer. It is easy to get a job. But if you're looking for long-term commitment or long-term
Okay.
technologies, then go for machine learning, because web development is something anyone can do. You will be having a lot of competitions. In future, machine learning is something which will get a lot of, you will easily get a job, or there will be less competition. So I would suggest for long term,
Okay.
go for machine learning. For short term, learn Django, front-end technologies, and you're good.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, great, Adnan. So yeah, that's it, everyone. We have been live for around 1 hour 20 minutes, and I'm tired now. See you next time, everyone. It was a great session where I can actually interact with everyone. I'm just keeping everyone on mute. Yeah. So thank you, everyone, for joining. See you next time live. It was a great session. Thanks, Mario, Adnan, Ankan, who was not able to join. And who was there? Ravi was also there, but he was not able to join again. So that's it, everyone. See you in the next live session. I enjoyed. Let me know in the comment section or chat window if you enjoyed this type of sessions. Hit that like button. More videos are on the way, and I'm planning to go live a lot because I enjoyed today's session. We can, maybe not on this channel. I have another channel which is Navin Reddy Vlogs, and another channel which is Disco Hindi. Maybe I'll try to go live on the Disco Hindi, and we can spend more time. Here we have a limitation, right? On the Disco Hindi, we can go live and we can do a lot of chats. So bye, everyone. See you next time. Enjoy your day, enjoy your night, wherever you are. And don't go out, stay at home, learn new technologies, upgrade yourself.